You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, but somehow tomorrow never really comes. Discipline feels impossible, not because you're lazy, but because your brain keeps choosing comfort first. And deep down, you know there's a stronger version of you. You just don't know how to become it yet. You sit down to work, but suddenly everything else feels more important than what actually matters. One notification turns into 10, and before you realize it, your focus is completely gone. You begin with energy, but somewhere in the middle, that energy quietly disappears. Time keeps moving forward, pressure builds, yet you still can't seem to take action. Your attention pulls in different directions, leaving you overwhelmed and mentally scattered. So you tell yourself something comforting like, I'll start tomorrow, just to avoid the discomfort today. Each distraction takes a little more control away from you, even if you don't notice it happening. And by the end of the day, you feel exhausted, not from working, but from avoiding what matters most. Discipline isn't about motivation. It's about managing the constant conflict happening inside your mind. One part of you wants comfort, while another part wants growth and long-term progress. But most of the time, your emotions quietly take control, shaping your actions without you noticing. The moment something feels uncomfortable, your brain tries to escape instead of pushing through it. Small habits may seem insignificant, but over time, they slowly shape who you become. And the tasks you ignore don't disappear. They grow into mental weight that drains your energy. Sometimes you reward yourself too early, and your brain thinks you've already made progress. Naturally, your brain prefers the easier path because it feels safer and requires less effort. Every decision you make uses energy, which makes discipline harder as your day goes on. Even a small failure can feel overwhelming, causing you to give up on everything too quickly. But consistency, even in tiny actions, builds something much stronger than motivation ever could. Progress often feels slow, but your brain is quietly adapting to what you repeat every day. When distractions are removed, your focus becomes stronger and easier to maintain. Over time, repetition rewires your brain, turning effort into something more automatic. Discipline isn't forced, it's built through systems that reduce emotional decision-making. Eventually, you become steady, even when everything around you feels chaotic and uncertain. Without discipline, everything begins to pile up, creating constant stress and pressure. You start comparing yourself to others, wondering why they move forward while you stay stuck. Over time, your confidence weakens, and you begin to question your ability to improve. The person you see in the mirror no longer reflects who you believe you could become. You feel disconnected, not from others, but from your own potential. Time keeps passing, and slowly, regret replaces the chances you once had. And the more you break promises to yourself, the harder it becomes to trust yourself again. Discipline begins with something simple, choosing one small action you can do today. Start smaller than you think, because consistency matters more than intensity at the beginning. Create clear boundaries that protect your focus, even if it means removing distractions completely. Repeat the same action daily until it starts to feel natural instead of forced. Don't wait to feel motivated. Take action first and let your emotions follow. Each small step becomes proof that you are someone who follows through. Over time, your identity begins to shift into someone who shows up consistently. You start trusting yourself again, and that trust becomes your foundation. Eventually, discipline stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like who you are. Discipline isn't something you suddenly find. It's something you build quietly every day. And the version of you that feels far away right now is actually closer than you think. Change doesn't happen instantly, but every small step reshapes who you're becoming. So start today, even if it's small, because small is where everything powerful begins.